A Court of Fairies and Fiction. ACOFAF Girls Podcast. Hosts Mel, Liv, Aka, and Lily. A bookish theory and discussion podcast for the ACOTAR, Crescent City, and Hug series, as well as our Fable Book Club reads. ACOFAF Fable Book Club. The Mistletoe Motive by Chloe Liese.
Hello, everybody. We are back today. We are recording part 1 of our holiday books episode. Today we'll be talking about Mistletoe Motive that we read last year.
Yay!
Yay! Now, Maddie just read it. What was your favorite part?
Okay, my favorite part, honestly, was just like the banter.
Yep.
It's really easy to make banter in a romance novel,
Mm-hmm.
but it's hard to make it good.
Yeah.
And like there were some parts of this where it was like, all right, this is a little too much. You got a lot of trust issues. You really need to work it out. But like the whole thing of like Mr. Reddit and all that. So she technically has banter with 2 people, but it's actually the same person. And then he's over here, 2 people, but it's actually the same person. And it's like, wow. So you guys have banter with different people, but they're actually the person you're really into in person. And you don't figure it out till almost the end. Because, like, I kept reading and I was like, okay, so when are we really going to figure this out? Because I could tell right off the bat that it was Jonathan.
I know. I was like, it's Jonathan. The
then
fuck?
he had his slip up where he was like, yeah, your date with Mr. Reddit. And it's like, wait. I need to reread that. She didn't say anything about that name.
I know.
And then it's like, girl, it took you a couple of days to process that. He literally, like, outed himself.
Yep.
And then the resolution for that, it's just, and then they're like, so where's your date at? And it's, this place at this time. And then it's like, okay, I'm going to just kiss you now. That was really cute. And it just,
I love that part too, when they I loved it. I was like, happy tears.
Yeah. And then the epilogue that they're married is just really cute too. Because usually you get that, like with window shopping, you get the epilogue of engagement.
Mm-hmm.
But with this, it's like, no, they're actually married. And I love being able to get the few years later where it's like,
I love those epilogues.
Doing this, for a good few years now. And he bought her the bookstore. And it's like, she might hate your finances because you got to stick up your ass.
The old couple was so cute too. When they were like, oh, we know you're ending up together.
Right. Like, why are you taking so long? Just hurry up and do it.
Just do it.
And then Mrs. Bailey with the whole, why do you see him as the bad guy? Why do you see him as the villain? Like,
right?
He came in and just sort of took some things over, but why? And then she really had to sit down and like talk to herself about those thoughts and actually process all of her trust issues. Mm-hmm. That ex of hers, ew. But I do like at the beginning of the book, the author was like, yeah, there is an X where he does some stuff like on page, but then he's dealt with and he's gone. There's no like extra underlying issue after a certain point.
Oh, when he like walked up and intimidated him. I love that so much.
Oh, not just walked up and intimidated him, pushed him against the wall.
Literally
was great.
Like, fuck off.
Also with the gay best friend being like, hey, I think you're familiar, Jonathan. And then we find out like a couple chapters later that the gay best friend's boyfriend is a hockey player with Jonathan. And he's like, oh shit, wow. And then we get into how her dad is a hockey player, like super famous. And Jonathan's like, what the fuck? What?
I was so sad that he didn't get to meet her dad on page.
I know,
right? But I feel like it would have been a little much because it's like, they wanted a quiet life. And I feel like if there was an on-page meeting, it would have been too much fangirling.
Yeah.
I
also wanted to know, this was our very first book club book when we started last year.
Really?
It was. Numero uno. We're going full circle backwards.
And
I pulled up the Fable notes 12 months ago. No shit. I put the quote, it's obviously by chapter, but I put the quote, I'm kicking off the month of December like I have for years. My mittened hands wrapped around a cup of peppermint hot cocoa, chocolate drizzle, extra whipped cream. And then I just put, Wow, that's my drink for December. And then someone else had commented underneath, Gabriella had me at peppermint hot cocoa. It's my festive go-to also. I said drinky twins. And then Olivia said, I have never felt so seen in my life. I am literally Gabriella. Interpreting people's facial expressions is nearly impossible. I'm so excited to read this.
Yeah.
Yep.
I honestly, the writing style, I liked it. The pacing was really good.
Yeah.
It honestly, like I told you guys, it took me an hour to read. And that's because I was doing other stuff at the same time. I'm sure if I really sat down, because like, I mean, a couple years ago back in high school, I could have read this in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like this is a quick read. I remember when I read I remember when I read A Court of Frost and Starlight, that took me 15 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
Actively doing other things too. Like I was like with my siblings that day or something. Like I was doing stuff and it was a 15-minute read. Like this was an easy read. It had good pacing and it just in general, I just love it. Also, the synopsis on the back, like compared to window shopping. Can we have the longer synopsis?
I know.
I like this because it's actually giving us some information and all that. It's a paragraph per little thing.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's gonna go down as like one of my favorite Christmas books.
Me too.
As of right now,
ever.
As of right now,
and there's so many that we haven't read. But
me. I think I have one other book that's up there above it, but I cannot currently find it.
I did like Chasing Christmas Eve too. I didn't like, again, like I told you, I didn't like the little like, oh, I can't swear. That stupid little hashtag shit at the top.
I didn't have a chance to read it yet.
But I loved like where the characters went with their arcs and everything, and I ended up loving that one. So anyway, chapter 2, the quote that I had posted was, I also sell a ton of romance at the bookstore. I'm passionate about getting people to challenge those uncharitable stereotypes about the genre and give it a try. And I just put me trying to get my fantasy-only friends to read contemporary romance.
Yeah. I really
And then I put, it is very obvious that Mr. Reddit is Jonathan.
Yeah, but I really like that at the beginning of each chapter we've got like the song too.
Yes.
Green sleeves, mountain man. Yes. But yeah, no, let me find it. So the whole conversation about having GERD, I think that this is a great book with inclusion and all that.
Yeah.
Because right now we think that one of my sisters might have that. So like I think this would actually be a great read for like my adopted mom of just like, hey, this is how adults handle this sort of thing.
Yeah.
But like I loved the little part of, does Jonathan know you're on the spectrum? I fidget and stir my soup. No. But the Baileys do. Yes. Like just it's like, if we couldn't tell because you have GERD or anything like that, I think we can tell from this conversation right here. And it's just like, because I definitely am like that, where it's like, oh, you're asking me a question, here's the one answer. Oh, you're asking me another question? I find
it so funny that we keep picking books where like the main characters have autism.
I think that's because we have it. But from chapter 2, honestly, when she started, like, when we saw the messages with Mr. Reddit,
someone put, oh my god, his Reddit username. What was the username? I forget.
What the Charles Dickens.
Oh yeah,
hers is Margaret Catwood. And she named him Mr. Reddit, and he named her MCAT.
MCAT, yeah.
And I loved that they chose Buddy reading Jane Austen.
I know.
I loved it.
Like they're talking about books and stuff like that, and it's like reading this paragraph of him going on and on about a little dramatic. It is not time or opportunity that is to determine intimacy. Seriously, 7 days to determine intimacy? And then she sends another thing, and he goes, spoilers! And it's like, dude, that's Jonathan. That's 100% Jonathan.
So Jonathan.
What do you mean you don't realize that? And then it's like, wait, you're on the spectrum. Your brain isn't making those connections because it doesn't see the correlation.
Yeah.
You're just thinking this is how two men behave.
Yeah. So I
I
put on
loved
chapter
her.
3, I put the quote, I desire people I feel close to, connected with, who I like. I don't like Jonathan. And then I just put, for a romance reader, she's pretty blind to the fact that she's living one.
Oh yeah, definitely. She owns a small bookstore. She used to date the big
Gabby.
name bookstore guy. Like literally, it's the typical romance book. And it's like, wow, we're reading a romance book about someone who reads romance books, and you can't see your own storyline. That's crazy.
It's so funny.
What the heck?
It's so funny. I loved Jonathan's quotes too. His quote for chapter 4 that I put was I can be cold and calculating, sometimes sharp and abrupt, but this is the truth, whether you believe me or not. I care about the Baileys, this bookshop, everything it's given me, even if it's going to make me lose my goddamn mind. And then I put, it's happening. Just tell her you're Mr. Reddit already.
Right?
Oh, love it. So I did like I put my favorite quotes of each chapter.
I like that. We should start doing that too with all of our others. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I started to do that towards the end of the book on Fable.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
And then just because you're loving them differently than they love doesn't make it any less loving. There are countless kinds of love and love enough for everyone. Love is an infinite resource whose expressions are just as innumerable. Gabby. And then very few people would recognize how I operate as love, Mr. Reddit. I need a Jonathan.
She knew it. I know. You do need a Jonathan.
And then we get to the hockey scene, and
yes,
the quote that I highlighted was but I do see his eyes because they drift right up the stands and land on me. Winter green, Arctic cold. I gasped. Holy shit. Number 12 is Jonathan Frost.
Yeah, and then Gay Bestie is like, what, you good?
That
Are
was
you okay?
okay. This right here was my favorite scene from the hockey game to them like getting in the car.
Yes.
Like my favorite scene of all time. I like started to cry when I was just reading how Jonathan like
when he ate the candy, like the Reese's peanut butter cups,
Yes.
and then he was like, yeah, there's also some mint chocolate chip M&Ms, and she was like, you fucking hate candy. Why is this in here? And he was like, because I got them for you. Because I know you like bad and I like you. And she was like, you got them for me. And I was like, oh my God, are we about to have like a blubbering mess where she's like, oh my God, you got me candy? Because I would do that. I definitely
That was such a cute scene.
I definitely cried over that. Yeah.
I was so upset at her though when he dropped her off and then like she wouldn't kiss him. I was like, dude, what
like, come on.
fuck?
At least say that you're not gonna kiss him because you taste like the mint chocolate, you know?
She was like this and he was waiting.
Right.
I know, but also like the whole car ride home too. I feel like there was so much tension between both of them.
Yes.
Like just him, like he's like freshly showered, like getting in his car, and oh my gosh, I know. It's so cute.
Although I will say, because all 3 of my siblings do hockey, they fucking reek. The bags reek. The bodies reek. It's disgusting. I should hope he showered very thoroughly.
But also, the man smell can be pretty addicting.
Yes.
It depends on if you're compatible.
You gotta be quiet.
Well, yeah, but also sometimes it's a nice musky smell.
Ooh, BO and sweat.
Well, yeah, because it's like, wow, he did working out, and he's got big muscles and stuff, and he's all sweaty, and you know, sometimes it's like, let me lick the sweat off. You know, it's Liv gets it. Sometimes
I have never once thought of that. I don't even like my own saliva. Like,
well, I hope you do get to experience it, Mel, because it turns you into a feral cat. Where it's like, wow, I'm going to be a bitch unless I can crawl inside your flesh and be your skeleton. Which is definitely the vibes that I get for these two. Like, Mistletoe Motive is definitely, they're the type of relationship where she would end up being like, yeah, so can I just, like, live in your skin? And he'd be like, I don't know if that would actually logically work out.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit too much like a serial killer. And then she's like, okay, or just let me do it. Like, that
Just
definitely
like,
seems like a conversation they've had in their marriage.
But
Once they get
also,
married.
you know that like Jonathan would absolutely love that. Like anything
Definitely.
Gabby does, he's
She
like
literally,
in love
she's
with.
the one who came up with the whole mistletoe motive thing because he loves the thriller books.
Yep.
Because she was like, no, you're setting this up, and it's like your ulterior motive and all this other stuff. She's
Logan.
using the language he likes.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
like, oh yeah, definitely. She'd say some serial killer shit, and he'd be like, you know what? I love you.
I'm in.
Have my babies.
Totally. And then, oh my
There's
god, you
7.
guys.
I just
this
put,
scene-
don't have a favorite
Okay.
quote for this chapter because I went from annoyed to amused real fast, and TBH, it's all just horniness anyway.
Yeah.
That's a good comment, though.
It's all just
I
horniness.
freaking
It's
loved
fine.
it.
It's fine.
Don't need to get into specifics of which horniness
Then
part
I
was
said
your
on to
favorite.
chapter 8 question mark, and then for chapter 8 I put the quote, I cannot believe Jonathan Frost would come running my way and throw himself bodily between me and the threat of harm, then turn around and try to seduce, swindle, or sabotage me out of a career. And then I said, well, applause, ladies and gents. She finally fucking figured out that he's a good guy.
Right.
Well, I don't. Did she figure it out this time, or was she still like kind of wary of him? Like she was like a little.
She's like,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think, because the next chapter she says, what if I was wrong about him, about us, about so much? I said, gee, what if? She
Oh
was
my God,
really
I
pissing
love
me off
Jonathan
in these
so
chapters,
much.
if you could tell.
Yeah,
She
Maddie said
pissed
the
me
same
off for a
thing.
good stretch.
She
Yeah.
she did. She's kind of like. It's just hard because he like was so obvious.
Yeah.
And like I
She just wasn't getting it.
Yeah, just like not picking up the hints. But again, like we talked about, she's super autistic and like
Yeah.
doesn't get it.
Yep.
I said,
There's a wide range of what kind of autism you have.
Yeah.
She has the one of, I don't understand any of this. I have the one of, I'm going to make you
It's okay.
understand.
I'm going to make you understand.
Not at all.
You will sit there and you will
No.
feel interrogated and you will understand. And she's over here like, oh, I don't get it. I'm going to go away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge
I put-
spectrum.
On chapter 10, I said, we got both the outfits on the cover and the title. Also, Johnny,
Yes.
love him so much. While I understand Gabby, her persistence to always see the bad in him up till now, regardless of proof, was super grating to me.
Yeah.
And then Eka put, I'm not excellent at reading people. Me too. And then another quote someone put was, it means I'm trusting and literal and I've been underestimated and misunderstood more than my pride would like me to admit. And then it also means I'm a creative and a daydreamer and an artistically expressive person who pours herself into passions and loves fiercely the causes and people close to my heart and does none of those by half measures. And then, okay, I figured it was something like that, but before we knew, what did you think his secret was? When he kept like
Jonathan's?
going to the back room and stepping out. And she was like, he just doesn't want to be around me and he's being shady.
I thought he was getting a boner because of her. I genuinely was like, why else would you step out? He's definitely like, he's hard right now.
I
Like,
wasn't even thinking along those lines.
He's trying to hide his feelings, and he's like, well, shit, she looks really good right now. I gotta make sure I don't disrespect her. Let me go outside.
Like 3 times a day?
Well, that I wasn't really processing it as 3 times a day. I was just more like, damn, I guess he's in love with her that much. Because the thing is, at the start, she gets those flowers from her crazy ex.
Yeah.
And he says, oh, you need to be careful. The poinsettia will give you a rash.
Yeah.
What do you mean? It took an entire 14 chapters for you to realize he likes you when he's been doing that from the start.
I know, right?
Then we're getting this at the beginning of the book because you, the female character, thinks this is the start of the romance. That means he's been doing this since you guys met.
I know.
And you're just now.
I honestly know. I was like, oh, he has to have some sort of like illness or like insulin or like I was kind of on the diabetes track.
Yeah, I was too.
But I was like, is that a little too obvious? I totally wasn't on your train of thought at all.
Yeah, no.
And then when it was like, oh,
even...
he does have diabetes, I was like, oh my God, I was right.
Yeah, I wasn't even going
because I wasn't
that route.
expecting that in a romance book. You
and
know?
then when it was diabetes, I was like, wow,
Oops.
I think I need to go read some Jane Austen like they have and reform my romance ideas.
Yeah. And then when he was working and it says, grumbling to himself, Jonathan turns away and stomps toward the back room. I'm drugging myself. I have a headache already. I put me at work.
That was so funny because I was like, wow, I really felt that. Yeah.
Yeah, already.
Okay.
Like,
We
you
also
don't-
talk about. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna
Go ahead.
say, usually you don't see in a book where they're like, yeah, I'm drugging myself. Usually they're like, yeah, I need to take like some pain med or I need to take a medication.
Like, I'm drugging
and then he's
myself.
just like, I'm gonna go put drugs in my body. Like, that's such a great way to make the book relatable because that's such funny, like, dry humor.
Yep. I'm gonna pop a few pills and take a nap. Like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna down a drink and just go to sleep. And it's
Numb
just
myself.
like NyQuil.
Chapter 12, I put the quote, I glance up knowing I'll meet his eyes and I do as my heart lands safe and sure. This is what it is to be caught in Jonathan's gaze, to be held warm and steady, a gift, one I'm terrified I won't get to keep. And then further down it says, what a strange, lovely man. And I put, I want one.
Honestly, I do like that the two that we're doing today were definitely strange men. Like,
They were
this is
definitely strange.
strange
men.
men.
Strange
And it just makes it more relatable because it's like we don't usually see the like, you know, quiet and like just
golden retriever.
Yeah, we don't usually see the just normal guys. A lot of people nowadays are the really weird fuckers.
Yeah.
They have the weird kids in school, and it's like, no, actually, that's really appealing because us women get to be angry at everything, and then we have this cute guy who's like, hey, babe, hi.
You want a blanket?
I have some weird shit. Jonathan likes Jane Austen, and then Aiden is
the
Elf
bow
Incarnate.
ties.
I love both. I honestly love both the books, but I think you guys had such a good assessment. Like, they're just like different men. They're not like the sexy, like
cookie cutter.
like Paul Dark the Handsome, and like
Yeah.
definitely the weird ones on like the the fringe. And so I thought it was just great. I loved when they did, what was Gabby doing? She had like a reading. Her best friend, was he an author or something? And like he did a reading.
He had a reading at the bookstore. Yeah.
And then Jonathan was like, he wasn't feeling well and he had to go to the back room, but he was like, he promised to watch me in the store and be my
she's like, he's
security.
probably spying on us through the cameras.
No, he was like, I was watching
He was,
you the whole
yeah.
time. Yeah. And he was like, I wasn't feeling good, but I had eyes on you the whole time.
Yeah.
So like,
it was so cute. Chapter 13, the only quote I put was, now go be naughty, June. Okay, June. Chapter 14, I just put yes, all the yes.
oh, yes.
Okay. I don't know why. I really liked that last chapter when he's like, oh, like they're getting hot and heavy or whatever, and then he's like, oh, hold on, like I have to untangle my insulin pump. It was like so cute because she was like, wait, I don't want it to get tangled, and then they have to like put it down. She's like, is it okay if you're disconnected? He's like, yes, I can just
Is this when they went back to his place, right?
Yeah, the fireplace, like the mantle.
I loved that scene
I
so much. I cried through the whole chapter because I was in love with it. So, was this before or after they were out in the snow and like they were kissing? Do you guys remember? Did they kiss in the snow?
This was, I think, right after, because that was when the confession was. Yeah, that scene that we talked about being really weird, where like she was across the street and he had to walk across the street, and then like she was like, do I tell him, do I not tell him? And it was like this wishy-washy thing, and then she was like, oh, he's not gonna show up. And I was like, have you not get a hint? Right. He's gonna fucking show up. Like, what? And then she's like complaining to this person like, he's not gonna show up and he doesn't even like me. And I was like, girl, it is like the second to last chapter. I want to smack you right now. I was so pissed. Obviously, he shows up. I had to get you your peppermint hot cocoa. And then, Maddie, your favorite part, which she texted me about earlier, the epilogue, which I was like, guess what? Your favorite part. And she just goes, the ladder sex.
Yep.
It was the best. I don't know about you guys. I just was emotional this whole book, but then when they were like, I thought it was going to be their wedding like a couple months later or something like that.
Yeah.
And then it was something like 5 years later.
Yeah.
And he bought her the bookstore.
I was so sad. I feel like we missed out on so much. I was like, what? Okay, Maddie, tell me if you can find the line where he was like, there was a girl that came into the bookshop and she had like hidden, like, what are they called? Like muffler things on. I don't know, like earmuffs.
Earmuffs.
Yeah.
The cat earmuffs.
Mufflers. That's a car part. Mufflers are a car part, Liv.
I mean, she needed a muffler.
I'm trying to see where it says how long they were married.
Yeah, I swear it was like a long time, like 10 years.
Yeah.
It was not a short amount of time. It was a long time.
It was like 5 or 10 years.
Let's see. So it says
oh my god, he bought her the store as a wedding present, not a Christmas present, but still. And then I put they're married.
No, oh my god, stop.
Yeah, but also it says this guy, though, he's deceptive. At first, I thought he's such a Scrooge. Turns out he's got a heart of gold. He invested well and made this bookstore solidly profitable over the past 10 years. Then guess what he did? He started donating money. I boo hiss because I know it'll make her laugh. But they weren't married for 10 years because that's including... Like that, it says that he invested well and made it profitable for the past 10 years. It started whenever he bought it before the book. So it was probably like 5 years later.
Oh, really?
He didn't.
I don't think it specifies how long they've been married. It just specifies that when they did get married, he gave her the bookstore as the wedding gift.
Oh my god, I died.
Well, it does say, she says after the latter sex, what's with all the carrying, because he's carrying her in his arms. She says, arms thrown around my neck, head lolling heavily on my shoulder. Her voice is languid and satisfied. I live for that sound in her voice. And he says, because one brief carry across an apartment threshold after your wedding is absolutely not enough. So
it must have been recent.
It's nice to know you married me years ago and for more than my ruthless capitalist machinations.
So like probably 4 or 5.
Oh, and then speaking of ruthless capitalist machinations, I'm still not sure I forgive you for what you pulled after the wedding. Gabriella, what I pulled was a wedding gift. Buying us this place is the most unforgivably romantic thing, Mr. Frost, but I'm trying my best to let bygones be bygones. It was the best gift ever. So yeah, he bought the bookstore as their wedding gift a few years before the epilogue.
Yeah.
So they probably
3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5 years.
Yeah.
Really? They made it sound like it was so much longer than that. I don't know why about that.
Honestly, they did kind of... Well, keep in mind, they talked about how, like...
Thanks, Logan.
You know, they prefer, like... there was a scene where they talked about, like, traditional, like... How like, there are those traditional, like, older couples where they're, like, you know, just... You can tell they've been married for a long time. So I feel like the way the author has it is, like, you're going to think it's been a long time just because he's a Scrooge.
Yeah.
You know? He likes things a certain way. And then she's, like, Mrs. Claus, you know?
Yeah, that's true. This is when I really started losing it, when he was like, there was that young girl that came into the bookstore after he had bought it.
Like, how many stars?
And she was probably like college age, and she had the little mufflers on her head.
This was a 3.5. 4 out of 5 stars.
Yeah. And
When I first read it,
like,
I gave it a
walked out
4.
the
I think
store,
on like a
and he, like, was
reread,
looking
I would
after her,
probably do
and he had this
like
memory
a
of like watching
4.5, but
Gabby
only
with
because of
her
Jonathan,
little, like,
because she
cat
still
earmuffs,
bothers me.
and he was like,
Yeah.
it brought back
For
those sweet
a
memories from
Christmas
all
novella.
those
Like, this
years
is
ago.
really
And I was like,
yeah, I'd say it's a solid 4.
I need
I
that
love
quote in my life.
that. No, I think we were so wrapped up in the epilogue that we didn't really post
Write anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why it's important to get our
I know.
notes down.
I know. We really need to write in Fable more.
Yeah.